Well, I'm 47 years old. I spent almost 30 years on it, like on and off in the streets. Then I spent a lot of time down in Skid Row. I lost my kids and I decided to just go down there and basically die. And after leaving Skid Row, I went through, I had some drug overdoses and landed up in USC. And they didn't diagnose me then. They just really medicated me to the point where I was just numb and sent me to live with my father. And he put me in with a psychiatrist who, she wanted to diagnose me, but because of my drug addiction on top of it, she just wasn't quite sure still. But once I went back to, which was a lot later, I went back to mental health. And I was able to explain to this lady in detail of everything that I went through on a regular basis, is when I really got the full 5 diagnoses instead of just the one, bipolar. I went through LA Family Housing 3 times. The first 2 times I was completely off my rocker and my priorities were messed up. I was just trying to get high and survive every day. It wasn't about getting a place. When I went back the 3rd time, my attitude changed a lot, and then I went to jail immediately once I got in there. They held my bed for me for the time that I spent in jail. They held my bed, and while I was in there, it gave me the opportunity to sit down and write down what I needed to do and in what order to make some changes so that I didn't end up back there again. The importance of permanent supportive housing is that, first of all, people can't get their lives together while they're in the streets, that trying to reach their doctor's appointments and they don't have any, bus schedules, or trying to go get a job interview but you've been sleeping on the street and you want to show up stinky and smelly to go to a doctor's appointment. People shouldn't be sleeping in the streets, and you cannot be a functional person in the world when you're homeless and you're dragging bags behind you all day, or you didn't sleep the night before because you didn't want to get raped or cut open, so you have to sleep all day because you were afraid to sleep at night. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why supportive housing is important, but to me, I would say that there's not one person who doesn't deserve to have a home. I don't care who you are and what you do. I believe everybody deserves to have a home. I wanted to become an advocate after, leaving the jail, the last few times that I was there, because I would leave unmedicated, because even after they would know what I needed to take and what doctor I went to, they still would make me wait a month to a month and a half to see a shrink to get more medication. And it's not just the medication situation, it's the treatment of the people in jail too. I mean, it was, the way we were treated in there that also made me want to become an advocate and speak up for people who don't have a voice. Yeah. I hope to be like a really good public speaker one day. I want what I'm speaking about to, move people and change them to do, new things. And I think this Speak Out program is really, really growing. And there's been a lot more people added to this that are just all over the place now. Wherever there's something that has to do with homelessness, we're there. So I just really feel that people really speaking out and to the right people and getting through to them will cause them to change a lot of the things that they weren't willing to change before. I think CSH is a great program, that they changed my life. They've helped me to become something I didn't think I would ever be. And it might not be gigantic, but if you would have told me 4 years ago I would be going and talking to people in Sacramento and Kokorian and all that, I would have laughed. So I really want to say thank you to CSH.